Ladies and gentlemen, I think they went and got Madame Zeroni for Drake. I think somebody went and got Madame Zeroni for Drake. Somebody done buried a chicken foot, put some hoodoo juju. They went to the native doctor. They went to the DBA and put some dark magic on him. Because that man can't get a win to save his life. To the point where it seems like even if he supports you about to lose. What did I say? The biggest L's from this whole Drake and Kendrick thing were not just Drake. It was Drake, Akadiddy, and Maul, and all the people like them, who now their word means less because how much that they jumped and glazed. Even Rory looks stupid. Now, I think Drake just cursed the Blue Jays because the Dodgers went back to back as World Series winners. Man. If you don't live on the West right now, this is really a celebration for all of America because, it was America versus Canada. But hey, I'm on the West. It's up right now, brother. Yes, sir. Now, before we even get into this, shout out to Otani. Shout out to the Dodgers. Shout out, we're going to be bumping Dodger Blue. Yeah, I mean, shout out to the whole West. The West is up. Now, before we even get into this, I know there's going to be the extreme pelvis eaters are going to be like, why do you have to make this about Drake? Oh, he's talking about Drake and Kendrick again. Which are really just salty OVO fans. And I'm going to tell you why I know exactly that they're salty OVO fans. Shout out to this page called Drake Drake Debate. I'm not 100% sure. Not 100, so don't quote me on this, but I think this was the first people who made the original op list as like a troll thing. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's what it is. And if you think about what the op list really was and the Drake database, it was a troll. It was, in a way, kind of making fun of Drake. If you think about it deep down, it was saying, look at all the people Drake has a problem with, and some of the people throwing clearly for comedic things. So in a way, they're like kind of making fun of Drake. Like, how did you get all these enemies? But the Drake database is a Drake fan page. They know the Drake fans. They know the stands, right? So let's read this, and they're an authority on this, right? Before you start acting like, okay, so the same Drake fans who made the World Series about Drake versus Kendrick and would have celebrated if Drake and the Jays won. Let me say this again. The same Drake fans who made the World Series about Drake versus Kendrick and would have celebrated Drake if the Jays won are now pretending it was never about Drake versus Kendrick. Thank you. I'm not going to lie to you. I've been watching this page lately, and they've been calling out some of the worst stan pages. And I said this a while ago. I said, I think some of these OVO stan pages that popped up after the battle, during the battle, or like after like that, I think some of them are to make Drake look bad. I think pages like this Drake database now, with some of the stuff that they're doing, and they're probably feeling the same way I felt, where I go, no, y'all are making a weird representation of the entire base of people, like where the stands look like the fans, and that's not the same thing. These people are doing it for their own gain and their own benefit. Some of them, I don't even know if they really like Drake or if they just made that their personality. So, they said that. Now, let's go through the comments. I even tweeted, hey, I kind of like this nigga. So, let's look at all of y'all who are making it Drake versus Kendrick. The Dodgers going to take an L tomorrow just like Kendrick did. Get over it. Wow. Drake in the thumbnail. Wow. Let Six God sort him out. Hashtag World Series. Wow. Drake in the thumbnail. Wow. Shout out to Drake Debate for calling this out. Look at this. Let's go OVO in the sign. So, don't get mad now that y'all tried to make this Drake versus Kendrick and lost again. The reason why this is a celebration that, first of all, the West gonna celebrate. Second of all, America gonna celebrate. Third of all, Dodgers fans gonna celebrate. So you already kind of outnumbered there. Yeah, there's a lot of, you know what I mean? So hip hop always wins. What did I say, bro? Link is in the pinned comment, man. Go grab that. And for another week, yes, an entire another week. I was done this week. I'm sending personal thank you videos to everybody grabs it. Ain't it the truth? Ain't it the truth? And not only were the Drake pelvis eating stands. Now, I always make a distinction. There's a difference between fans and stans. Whenever I'm going at the Owls or the Pellets Eaters, I'm not talking about regular fans. You can still be a fan of Drake. Now, I will say, if you can be a fan of Drake right now and with no, like, I would think that if you're a fan and don't think anything he's done is wrong is a little weird. But if you're like, yeah, that suing was weird. He's moving like a goofy. But I get when he drops, I'll listen. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking to the sycophants that have made their personality Drake. You understand me? And I'm not even talking about the fans who just dunk on those people because that's fun. You know what I mean? Like, I swear to God, I see more of this on the Drake side than the Kendrick side. There ain't people who like, you know what I mean? There are on both sides stands. But like the Drake ones, boy, oh boy. And let me not say that all stands are crazy because I've seen craziness on both. But anyway, not just that. Not just the fans, but look at this. Toronto rapper, top 5. I guess he's a rapper. I don't know. So this is top 5 messaging Drake. We gonna beat them boys like Drake beat Kendrick. And Drake comments, LA. The message was LA versus Toronto. So we making this about Drake or Kendrick? Or are y'all so desperate for a win that y'all try to get it vicariously through anything? And you just can't. That's why I keep saying, y'all curse the Blue Jays. If I'm one of the players of the Blue Jays, if I'm a Blue Jays fan, I'm like, no, you I've seen Blue Jays fans be like, no, Drake cursed Toronto, bro. Drake cursed Canada. I don't know what's going on. Clearly, this is bad. So, just like this was, it don't end right here. This is the official thing that they played at the end, the ending credits. And before we even get into this, you can't write this stuff, but LA just did. With how petty they've been being, my thumbnail has been with the tweets that like the Nike, the MLB, the Fox Sports, the biggest sports pages are all posting Kendrick and Drake memes and Kendrick beating Drake memes. So don't act like this was a thing. Y'all gotta realize it's hip hop, baby. Don't get mad that we permeate through everything. Yes, sir, Goofy. But this is what the Nike, listen, this is what they played at the end.
I love LA. Reincarnated, I'm a stargazer. Life goes on, honey, and all my babies. Woke up looking for the broccoli. I keep a horn on, that could my seat. I peep, ownership, the blueprint is by me. Mr. Get Off, I get off and my feet squabble up.
Family. At a certain point, it's synonymous. Kendrick's synonymous with the Dodgers. Kendrick's synonymous with California. California's synonymous with the Dodgers. It's just together. The West is synonymous. And at this point now, since this battle has happened and Kendrick was the representation of hip hop, you got to understand now that there are things that were West Coast based that are now just kind of represent hip hop. I'm going to keep it tall. That's just how it happened. The West is, it just represents hip hop. Like at this point, this game meant more than the game. You got to just know the context. That happens all the time. It's no different than Miracle. Y'all remember the Miracle movie with the Russians versus the Americans in the ice hockey, if I'm not correct. There's other things where sports get a different cultural, social context because of what is around. And anybody acting like this Dodgers versus Jays wasn't gonna be an extension of this Drake and Kendrick was lying to themselves. Now the OV hoes were doubling and tripling down, which is fine. Go run your team, but let's not act like this wasn't what it was and y'all weren't trying to make it that. Shout out to the West, man. Shout out to the Dodgers, bro. You know what I mean? This a win, really, for America. You know what I mean? I ain't too proud of America right now, but like it's a not really ever in history, but this is a dope win. This is a dope moment, man. And Ohtani being he's Japanese American, right? Or he's Japanese, he's even American. Being a Japanese person. Huh? I don't know his story, but like to be the MVP for all them the xenophobes in the world, for all the we don't want to see Bad Bunny. I know that rubbed you wrong. It's a win, brother. Cultural win. What's up?
Squabble up.
Hey, squabble up. LA loves a sequel. And they went back to back. Back to back. Wow. Wow. Now, I just had to pull this up. This is a video of Drake at Game 6. And people are saying he's left social media ever since they lost. Somebody said, dang, ever since Drake showed up to the games, they lost back to back. I don't know if that's true. Oh my God. He said they couldn't get a win after Drake. You're cursed, brother. You're cursed, man. Something you did, brother. This is the universe at this point. Yeah.
Come back at the World Series, Game 6. We're here right now, outside with the family. Snakes. Here. Game 6. Game 6 and 6. You guys know what time it is. Close out.
Famous last words, man. Ladies and gentlemen, this is bigger than sports. This is hip hop. I don't care what nobody says. This is all had to attach to it. This is one of those moments where it's gonna be dope. I think I need another Otani hat. I got so many Dodgers hats, brother. I was waiting to back this one out. Y'all ain't even. Gotta get a new one. You know what I mean? All I saw, man. It's so dope to live out in the West Coast. It really is. I've lived out here so long, and just seeing how the culture really, it's so fun. Like, it permeates with stuff like this. I remember last year when the Dodgers won, bro. I swear when I went outside, I was just hearing like GNX and all of that tied in with the Dodgers. Like Kendrick, Dodger Blue, all of this has been tied in for some time, brother. And all I'm saying now is if they're going to do the parade, Dodger Blue music video, maybe. I'm just saying. If ever there's a time for the Dodger Blue music video to drop, I'm just saying. Well, Crody, you did it to yourself. You did it to yourself. And I don't even mean with this win or loss. Y'all made it Drake. Y'all made it LA versus Toronto. Y'all made it Drake versus. Y'all did that. Y'all did that. Squabble a lot. Teach a man how to squabble next time.